What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Euro NBA video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the NBA draft. Well, I'm going to be making an NBA mock draft, and I know what you're thinking. It's way too early to be making a mock draft because, teams could trade up or trade down in the draft, and then, the picks probably won't be exactly the same by the time the draft actually starts. But, I'm just gonna be doing the top 10 picks in the draft right now, and then the day before the draft starts, I'll do all 30 draft picks, and then I'll be saying who I think they'll pick. And yeah, by that time, all the trades will have happened, and all the picks will be up to date. Last year and the year before that, I made the mock draft the day before, mostly because I'm a Bulls fan. You might be wondering, like, what does the Bulls have to do with anything about this? Well, 2 years ago and last year, the Bulls had like mid first round picks, and I didn't even care like about the draft prospects because I'm a Bulls fan. I'm a diehard Bulls fan, so like I didn't really care who was the top prospects. I mean, last year they had a lottery pick, but that happened on the draft night. I literally have a video of me reacting to it live. I'm gonna put that clip right now.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No! Jimmy Butler has been traded to the Minnesota for Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, and the 7th pick. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh shoot! Look! We traded away the 16th pick and Jimmy Butler for the 7th pick and Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn. That ain't a good trade.
Oh, why didn't you got the 16th pick?
61. Who gives him a 60? Jimmy Butler! Bro, what the heck?
But yeah, the Bulls were a mid first round picking team the past as far as I can remember. So they have a top 10 pick in the draft. And I've been looking at the top prospects ever since the 2017 draft ended. Let me just tell you how I thought of this video idea. So I was watching the NBA Finals, the Warriors versus Cavaliers. Once again, the same matchup the last 4 years. It's getting kind of boring, and this year the Warriors are obviously going to win. It's boring. So I was mad that I had to watch that. I have to watch the freaking Finals.
Another three.
Have it be boring.
You have to guard them closer.
So yeah, obviously the Warriors won game 2, and then I was thinking of video ideas. I was walking to the kitchen, and then I grabbed some Oreo O's. Yes, that's a real cereal. I didn't even know that existed until I saw it at the store. And then once I saw it at the store, I was like, I must buy these and see how they taste. Turns out they just taste like regular freaking Oreos. So, you probably shouldn't buy it because it doesn't even taste that good to begin with. Because it tastes like Oreo, which means it tastes good, but it's nothing new. It just tastes like Oreo. Like, I'd rather have like Captain Crunch or something like that for my cereal. But yeah, that's besides the point. So I was thinking of a video idea. I was like, oh my god. And then I was walking to the kitchen table with my cereal and stuff. And then a burglar runs into my house, and then he tries to beat me up, and then I beat him up, and then I kick him out that. No, I was just kidding about that. But I walked to my freaking kitchen table, and I'm just sitting there like, what video should I make? And then I start thinking about the Bulls and how they have the top 10 pick in the draft, and I was like thinking of all the top draft prospects and all the prospects that the Bulls should pick. And then I was like, yes, a mock draft. So now I'm here making the video, and let's start with the number 1 overall pick. Once again, I'm only doing the top 10 picks, and then I'll do the top 30 when the draft actually is here. So the number 1 pick is the Phoenix Suns. I talked about this in my last video. I think the Phoenix Suns should pick Luka Doncic because he's a playmaker, and he will take the playmaking abilities off of Devin Booker, and then he's just a good shooter and a good playmaker and stuff like that. And I think he should be the number 1 pick. But I don't know if the Suns are gonna pick him or DeAndre Ayton. I don't know. But I think the Suns will pick Luka Doncic. I know it sounds weird because everybody thinks that DeAndre Ayton is going to be the number 1 overall pick. But I think the Suns are going to pick him because they have the coach that Luka Doncic played with in the EuroLeague, and I just think the Suns are gonna pick him. For the second pick is the Sacramento Kings, and I think they'll pick DeAndre Ayton. It's just, yeah. I mean, I know they have a bunch of young big men like Willie Cauley-Stein. What's his name? The 20th pick that they picked last year. I forgot his name. And they also have Zach Randolph and a bunch of other big men. So they don't really need a big man, but I think they'll still pick DeAndre Ayton because he's a really good big man. And he can score. He averaged 20 points. Just whoever the Phoenix Suns don't pick between Luka Doncic and DeAndre Ayton. And then the third overall pick is the Atlanta Hawks. And I think they'll pick either Jaren Jackson Jr. or Marvin Bagley. I think they'll just pick Marvin Bagley. I know they have John Collins, who is also a power forward, but I think they could put one of them at center. Well, obviously Zach Collins or John Collins is not gonna be an all-star. Well, at least I don't think he's gonna be an all-star. So they'll pick Marvin Bagley as their future superstar player that could potentially lead them to the playoffs and stuff like that. And he's just a really good player. He's a good post scorer, a good scorer in general, and he's decent on defense. That's his big knock, is that he's below average on defense. The Dallas Mavericks with the 5th pick, I think they will pick, as much as this hurts me to say, I think the Dallas Mavericks with the 5th pick are going to pick Mo Bamba. They need a center, a defense, and they need defense, and that's literally all. That's Mo Bamba. And then it would just be a good fit for the Dallas Mavericks because Nerlens Noel didn't work out for them. And yeah, I think they just pick Mo Bamba. And then the number 6 pick is the Orlando Magic, once again, just like last year. And I think they pick Trae Young. I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, Trae Young. There's no way that he goes this high in the draft. Orlando Magic, they need a point guard. And Trae Young is a point guard. And they also need scoring. Trae Young is a really good scorer. And they don't really need a big man or a small forward because they have Aaron Gordon, Nikola Vucevic, and Jonathan Isaac, and a bunch of other big men. So they don't really need a big man, so they won't pick Wendell Carter. And they don't really need a small forward because they already have Hazonia if they decide to re-sign him, and then a bunch of other people. And Aaron Gordon can play the small forward. So I think they pick Trae Young because they don't really have a point guard. And yeah, I think they pick him. And then also, there's been reports saying that the Orlando Magic are offering Trae Young a private workout with them, and Trae Young accepted. So that's probably that means they are willing to pick him in the draft. Well, the 7th pick. I still can't believe they got the 7th pick. Like literally, how did they fall down in the draft? And how did they even get the 6th best odds in general when they were one of the worst teams in the league? Like, of course, every team decides to freaking tank when the Bulls decide to tank. Like, oh my God, I still can't believe. And then, of course, they fall down in the draft. Like, it's just unbelievable at this point. Bulls video, I said that they'll probably pick Wendell Carter as the safe pick. But I was thinking about it. I saw a bunch of things online saying that the Bulls could pick Michael Porter Jr. And I think they will pick Michael Porter Jr. because Michael Porter has been working out in Chicago. He could be like a really good pick if he doesn't get injured a lot in his career. But if he does get injured a lot in his career, it could be a bad pick for the Bulls. But I think the Bulls would take the risk because they really need scoring. But I think they just really want scoring, so they'll pick Michael Porter Jr. But yeah, and then next is the Cleveland Cavaliers with the 8th pick because they had the Brooklyn Nets pick. I think they pick Mikal Bridges out of Villanova because I think the Cavs think that LeBron is gonna re-sign with them. And what does LeBron need? He needs shooters around him, and he needs defenders. And Mikal Bridges is literally both of those. He's a 3-and-D player. He could shoot threes really. He could shoot threes really good, and he could defend really good. And that's all you really need. If you're LeBron, that's all you really need. Cavs think that LeBron is coming back, so I think they'll pick Mikal Bridges because he's a 3-and-D player. But LeBron might leave, so I don't know. And then the number 9th pick is New York Knicks. Wendell Carter, above average scorer in my opinion. He's a decent defender. He could protect the rim, and he's just an all-around player, like I said in my Bulls video. And then the last and final pick for this video is the 10th pick, Philadelphia Sixers from the Lakers pick. And I think the Sixers are gonna either pick Colin Sexton or Miles Bridges. They won't pick Colin Sexton. I think they'll pick Miles Bridges. If they don't trade the pick, I think the Sixers will probably just trade the pick, in my opinion, to like a team that wants the 10th pick. I think the Sixers will just trade the pick for another good player that will help them in the playoffs. But yeah, that was my top 10 draft picks. Just a little review. The number 1 pick, Phoenix Suns pick Luka Doncic. The number 2, Sacramento picks DeAndre Ayton. Number 3, Atlanta picks Marvin Bagley. Number 4, Memphis picks Jaren Jackson. Number 5, Dallas picks Mo Bamba. Number 6, Orlando picks Trae Young. Number 7, Chicago picks Michael Porter Jr. Number 8, Cleveland picks Mikal Bridges. Number 9, New York picks Wendell Carter. Number 10, if the Sixers don't trade it, they pick Miles Bridges. Those are my picks for the draft. So yeah, I still can't believe the Bulls fell down in the draft. I might have cried. No. I was gonna record my reaction to the draft lottery, but once the Bulls fell down in the draft, I just went in my room and just was so freaking butthurt about them falling in the draft. I might have cried. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't cry. But yeah, that was my video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you next time.